Don't think that private equity is just a sexy investment committee that's going to buy and sell companies on a weekly basis. Be prepared for the trenches. When you meet somebody, ask them, what are their day-to-day tasks? What are the layers of private equity organizations?
What are the first steps you need to make to pursue a career in private equity?
Well, I think private equity might not be the first steps of your career. You know, often it's an ending place on a journey or a middle place. So be aware of the fact that you need to understand what skills you need to pick up on that journey to finally end up in private equity.
So what skills do you need to have a successful career in private equity?
I think one of the most underestimated skills in our industry is sales. I think some background in sales, understanding your product, understanding your customers, and understanding the market are crucial to making any investment successful. And if you think about the topics of the day, social media, general advertising, etc., a lot of people love marketing. They love finance. I'll give you an example. At the moment in the US, annually they spend $900 billion on sales costs. That's 10 times more than on social media and 3 times more than on advertising. So that's a skill that's quite important to have in how companies are run every day.
So what kind of qualifications do you need to begin the career in private equity?
I think the baseline qualifications, you should think about keeping them broad. You don't necessarily have to specialize. Obviously in private equity it's often about running entire companies, looking at investment cycles that are over the long term, multi-industries, multi-discipline. When you're thinking about postgraduate qualifications, I think the timing is quite important. Sometimes in your career you might be sitting there not really sure what to do, where to go. Education, I think at that point on a postgraduate level is a great motivating tool. Not only can you learn something, but you also meet people in other industries, other careers. You get to meet private equity people like I did and see what do these guys do and learn more on a human level. What are the day-to-day roles, etc. And postgraduate qualifications that way can certainly help.
Now, what's the final advice you'd give to someone who's pursuing a career in private equity?
I think on the one hand, don't specialize too much. Don't become just, a finance person who hasn't seen other parts. When you're a student, go work in a call center. Really understand sales. On the other hand, also don't think that private equity is just a sexy investment committee that's going to buy and sell companies on a weekly basis. Be prepared for the trenches. When you meet somebody, ask them, what are their day-to-day tasks? What are the layers of private equity organizations? You might find yourself in a lot of times going into a level of detail that you never expected in a certain investment, and you might be doing it with people who don't want you there in the first place. Your people skills, your analytical skills, and your product development skills are going to be crucial in those instances.
Now, private equity is quite an international job. Is a second language required to do the job?
I think it depends entirely on the circumstances. If you're working in a normal firm in America with just a local target acquisition market, then it doesn't really matter. Here in Europe, we always tend to have shorter distances between countries, between languages. It certainly helps.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Bjorn, for joining us today in the studio. It's been a pleasure. Thank
you very much.
And thank you at home for watching. Don't forget you can catch previous interviews by clicking on our YouTube channel. Goodbye for now.